There we go. We got rid of him.
Oh.
Yep, going straight into what is the pistol round. A little bit of utility picked up for Existence. Did that just come up upside down? Because that would be incredible if we cast the match upside down. It'd be a bit weird, but yeah, T side at least. Going to be playing nice and slow. Looking to try and take a little bit of control over towards the A side of the map.
Yeah, just slowly checking corners here, LDLC. EnVyUs just holding back. Got a little bit of a stack over towards that A-bomb site. And at this stage, it doesn't really look like a bad choice from them.
Yeah, it looks like Envy, if anything, have the perfect read in this situation. There's going to be a little bit of a lurk play coming out from Devil as he just waits to see if anybody is going to go aggressive. But yeah, at the moment, oh, Alex, I always like watching a T-side dig, just for that little bit of extra range, especially when they're going over towards that A side of the map. We are going to have the utility thrown in, and leading the charge is going to be Maniac. He had a great performance not too long ago on this map. He started off with a dink, but can't seem to do too much more at the moment. Sixer, Scream are already going to find a couple back, but it is Maniac managing to get himself the kill. Trades going across the board at the moment, but it is the CT side who have come out on top, and the time is starting to tick away. They have to get this bomb down. Happy finds another one, and now it's back to Mr. In-game leader. He has been fragging recently, but not quite enough, and it will be Envy to take themselves the pistol. Nice
little pickup from EnVyUs, stacking over towards that A-bomb site. I don't know which player it was, but over towards B, they had a lot of information on that B long area. He was peeking that constantly, didn't see any kind of pressure coming in from LDLC. And that's probably why they decided to rotate over towards that A-bomb site that early. Nice played by Envy.
Oh, this is an Envy style thing, isn't it? Look at the buy. Just all SMGs. It's so risky. And actually, with the bomb down, LDLC have actually bought into this one. Like, what is your opinion? Do you agree with these sort of force buys? Especially maybe if you know how Envy are going to be playing.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. They probably know this team that much that they've just gone for that buy. And that's a good idea from them. They got a ton of utility on them.
XMS. Gonna be up close. Doesn't have a whole lot of support. Drop hasn't been taken. Nade gonna be thrown out. Alex will take a hefty chunk of damage. Still, two players fairly aggressive over towards the A site. And the nades are still just gonna be holding back LDLC at the moment. They're still playing patiently, and Envy don't actually have a whole lot of information, but it does seem that they're slowly rotating a couple of players back over towards the other side of the map. And the T's are doing the same. Maniac just making sure, okay, we don't want anybody coming in from behind. We want to make sure that when we do go for our hit, we're ready for it. SMS is going to be able to take himself one. Looking for more. Peeks out. Finds Existence as well. The bomb is going to go running back around towards that A site and leaving a couple of players here already. They've rotated quite well, just realizing the bomb is not in position. Scream spots out all three players. It's just going to force a full rotation from the remaining. Maniac again. He's going to get himself another kill. Doing all right so far. Scream managing to get onto the site, and he drops the bomb. Catched off by Maniac himself, but nothing they can do here. The force buy fails, and it will be the CT side to get another round. And XMS, he's farming up that cash.
I'm not sure if I understand what play LDLC went for there. I mean, they bought up so much utility, starting working over towards the B bomb site, put down a lot of different smokes and grenades, but didn't really take advantage of them, and then decided to go back to A. I think they put down one smoke and one flashbang going into the site.
It looked a bit more like panic, in a way. Like after the aggression came out from XMS, they just went, don't know what to do, quick, run. Happy. I love these sort of plays. Just aggression. No point not doing anything like this. You know there can't be much bought up in this round. Even though the bomb went down, the Scream has got himself a rifle, but they clearly know that there was a full investment in the previous round because Sixer's only got a CZ, and that's not something you really do.
And worst case scenario, you drop that the machine gun. It doesn't really matter too much. It's not going to make a difference. And it's down to Devil and Existence right now. And they got one flashbang. That's it.
Oh, looks like it's going to be used. Existence will actually completely blind one, and he still doesn't get the kill. Happy to the rescue. It will be 3-0 to Envy. Waiting to see the buy come in from LDLC. Do they risk it? Do they go for the bonus round?
Buying up right now. We still got one UMP on XMS. Got the AWP on Sixer and no AWP on LDLC. So see if they'll be able to shut down that AWP.
You a fan of the MP9?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Better than the UMP now?
I've always kind of liked it better than the UMP.
So does Happy. That works.
Kind of the same person. Don't know why.
To be honest, I quite like the MP9, but I prefer the XM. It's the best gun in the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, RPK
Wow.
starting off strong. He finishes off 2. Maniac is able to trade. He seems to be the only name I'm saying at the moment for LDLC, which is a little bit worrying considering he's normally the more supportive player. Did have a big performance, as said, versus Space Soldiers quite recently. But other than that, not expecting too much from him. XMS still winning the duels with this UMP. He's got another 2 for himself and leaves it all onto Devil, the new buy on the block. AK versus 3, the bomb is down, and Scream's just found it. So that's pretty much round over. He doesn't have that much time, and even so, XMS is going to get his triple. He started very strong, and this is something we mentioned on the desk.
Yeah, we started out saying that if EnVy just starts putting up numbers early on, this is definitely going to go their way. So we'll have to see. Existence have to dig deep now to see if he can find a way to penetrate EnVy's defense.
Minimal investment though in this round. They should be a swift 5-0, and the way that EnVy have done it, it just means they're going to build up so much cash. Yes, they had to drop an AWP in the last round, but other than that, they still had, what, the MP9, UMP. XMS got 2 kills with the UMP and picked up a free AK, so that's a load of extra money made, and this is scary for LDLC. As I said, this is one of those maps where either team needing to get off to a strong start, especially over on that T side as well, where it's normally a lot easier, especially if you can deny utility. I think that's a massive factor on Cobble, just not allowing them to have all of those nades.
Absolutely. I'm interested to see the kind of bank they've worked up right now, EnVy. And Existence is...
How has he done this?
Wow.
He's got all the way in the back lines. This is so much information. Now, they don't have a whole lot to play with.
They have the time. They could potentially benefit from this information from Alex. Ooh.
That's unlucky. That's very unlucky. They turn around at the perfect time, and now they've already rotated in a 3rd player in Happy as well. Just going to be holding that cross onto the door. Flashbangs going out, leaving both players blind. Existence does manage to get 1, and Devil now doing the exact same play once again that his teammate just made. Sneaking around the back lines. They probably won't know this is coming. Can he spot the 2nd player? Yes, he can. He's going to go for the kill onto the far player and gets the close one as well, leaving it down to Devil in a 1 versus 2. Damage being done, unfortunately. XMS is there once again to close the round. 5-0, but that's the best round we've seen from LDLC so far.
Absolutely good round, and it all comes down to the way they've tricked themselves behind the defenses. But I've got to say, I've got to be a little bit harsh here, and it's not because I'm casting with you, Tom, but Alex, it's not so much about missing those shots, but it's more about maybe deciding to do something else when coming in from behind. He can go move closer, he can get more information, wait for his teammate, combine the attack, but it was a little bit trigger happy.
I think you're just a hater. No, I completely agree. He needed to get at least 1 kill in that situation. It was such a strong position. But it does show that there's big holes in the defense, at least for EnVyUs, and already the big man on the block, the man who's been performing so far. XMS is out of the round, and a little bit of damage done, well, quite a bit of damage done onto Existence. He's down to 31 HP. But now we finally get to see how LDLC will play when they have a man advantage, and by the looks of things, they're going to go straight in for drop control.
That's a good idea from them. And as you can see, the bomb is rotating over towards the A-bomb site. They're expecting EnVy to rotate over towards the B-bomb site, which they have done. Wow! Devil coming in with the double frag. Alex gets taken out in the end, but it's 4 versus 2 right now, and the rotation is coming over towards A.
Oh, lovely shot from Sixer. The AWP has to be a catalyst in this situation, as RPK doesn't even know that the hit's coming in. He's fully dedicated to plat. It's going to be a long rotation, and Tuanu wins the battle. And that should be this round done. RPK, his team should have enough money. Now, they did go down to just 2 players in the previous round based off the pistols, but I think they still have a plethora of cash, so I won't be surprised to see him go for something here. Existence actually picking up a secondary AWP. He's low on HP, so it could be basic peaks again, and RPK won't miss that shot. The position, however, of Devil is going to be so valuable. Just coming in from behind, it won't matter anyway. Twanu hits himself a second in this round, and LDLC on the board, but only 2 people surviving.
It's a good decision coming in from RPK. Try to do economical damage onto LDLC. They've got enough money themselves to risk it, and not only did he take down 1 player, but he took down the secondary AWP that LDLC picked up.
So RPK not have a gun?
Interesting.
See, now it comes into question a bit, because he could have had the AK. He was the last man alive as well, so...
Him not having a rifle and LDLC losing out on AWP. I'm not sure.
Well, especially when I feel like Existence actually only picked up that AWP because he was low. So I doubt, like, double AWP T-side cobble.
Yeah.
It's not really a play that you see too often unless you're literally going, ideas, 0. They're pushing us. Okay, double AWP. So that's the only real reason I'd ever see it. But the position he's playing is not too bad. Like, even if he goes 1 for 1, it's not the end of the world, especially when you look at the rest of the buy. Still a decent amount of utility for the CT side, and they've still got an AWP in play. But Alex, once again, they are going to get this drop control. They've had it a couple of times now, a spot that's been exploited by this team, as we saw them sneaking in from behind over on that A site. RPK going to be using that P250 where it is most deadly. Flashes through, quite a lot of flashes coming through. Still going at the moment, but Scream will be there to support. Now Existence has to be a little bit careful. There's a couple of players who've taken back the control. But, oh, look at the position of Sixer. Never mind.
Built that up too much, didn't you?
Yeah, he was perfectly placed to just be in that flank spot, and then, okay, he dies within seconds, and that's a 4v4. RPK.
RPK just walking into the Molotov.
I've got to stop naming players.
Yeah.
Every time I name them, they die.
But Scream in a wonderful position right now.
You did it! You brought the curse in. Stop saying names. Okay, let's test it. Maniac. Happy. So I'm going, oh no, I was wrong. XMS goes down. It leaves it into a 2v1. Happy's actually going to be the only man left alive, and in the end, he falls. See, when you try and do it, it doesn't work. The next time I said his name, he died. So 5-2. LDLC actually breaking the economy, and considering the early rounds, all those SMG kills that they got, the fact that it only took 2 rounds in a row for them to actually get broken is a little bit worrying, and a lot of that comes back off that P250 round where they snuck in from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, letting the T's take control of drop, I'm not a big fan of it.
No.
And obviously it's not working out for EnVy to let... Like, they had a good retake the previous round when they basically had a 2-prong attack into it and got control, but in the end it didn't really matter.
Well, it seems that if you do abandon it, you have to have your setup around that spot. So you can say, like, maybe the way that Taz plays it, where he's sort of looking from the door and then switching between the two to make sure that nobody can just sneak out, which was the big problem there, because not only did it happen once, it happened twice. Like, Devil went and did the exact same thing just moments later, and you think, that's not good enough. Especially if somebody sneaks through, you're going, okay, they've come from drop. Yeah. And then you go, they're not going to do it again. Like, what? Like, what logic is that? That's crazy.
Don't change the setup, guys. They've just done it twice. It doesn't matter. But yeah, obviously EnVy should have done some adjustments to the defense. We'll have to see. Currently on an eco EnVy.
Any damage they can do here would be very valuable, especially considering that LDLC, yeah, they've had a couple in a row, but last round came right down to the wire. Just a couple of players surviving for this T side. And this one, they've gambled. They've all gone B. And there's nobody here. So absolutely perfect. Not really much worth saving for the CT side. And I think they were just keeping all that extra money so they can buy in the next round. So it's not really something where they go, oh, I really need this extra deagle or something like that. An exit frag, however, that's a different story.
That's kind of what I would like to see from them now. 2 players set up in B tunnels and 2 players over towards A, trying to crossfire, get the exit frags. I mean, that's surely going to get you at least 1 or 2 kills. We'll have to see now. RPK in a good position, covering that angle. Well played from LDLC, methodically working their way out of the B bomb side.
The thing is now they're far enough away from the bomb that it won't matter too much. Just going to throw down some Molotovs. They know that their opponents don't have anything really worth taking away other than their pride. And, well, Happy doesn't actually spot the man on the edge of the smoke. Maniac take that one all day. And, yeah, it's interesting to see Devil actually at the top of the board. Maniac currently second. Alex has 1 kill, Existence has 1 kill, and Tuanu, the AWPer for the team, someone who has, as said, someone who I need to be seeing step up, he only has 3. So now's where we get the buys back, though. This is where, okay, we've seen eco frags, that's fine, that's a nice little boost, but this is where the importance comes into it. This is where EnVy need to switch up their strategy a little bit, and they don't have an AWP on A anymore, which was a pretty pinnacle part of their A setup.
Yeah, and that's going to force them anyways to adjust their defenses. And I'm interested to see how this will end for Alex, going to the drop, RPK trying to gain control. Seems like he's more willing to hold the drop zone this round.
Yeah, sort of what we saw from him in the early rounds, where he got the nice little spray down on the players rushing into drop. Much more aggressive stance. The problem is it can easily be expected. Maniac has actually been a little bit sneaky here. I wonder if Sixer will be aware of his position. If he can get a little bit further up, that'd be nice. They're going to start challenging into drop, and A-split looking inevitable at this point in time, but RPK wins again, and he gets 2. So a lot on his back. Maniac will be there to trade, leaving only 1 man actually on this B site at the moment. It is going to be Scream looking for those taps, actually spraying. Oh. There you go. There's the change from Scream. 67 HP, going to go a bit more aggressive. Don't know if he saw Devil. He does in the end. Takes his head off as well and leaves Tuanu, a man yet to step up. But surely this is an impossible situation. Yeah,
30 seconds, and all he can do right now is try to save that or bring it into the next round. That's going to be a tough task for him, no doubt.
He's somewhat surrounded. Knows where the bomb is. Happy just waiting patiently. Even if he gets this kill, there is another player. Actually does, but Scream, triple for him. AWP will be saved, which is a nice little bonus for EnVyUs. And LDLC, they will have enough to buy. This is wonderful from RPK, though. To be able to get 2 here, especially considering he'd already been tagged up by a Molotov. Impressive stuff. The only thing I don't like is it seems too invested in him. He's a brilliant player and he's doing a great job, but if he goes down there, the whole round changes.
It does. They need to have a fallback plan in case that happens, and I'm guessing they do have that, considering they've let LDLC take drop control. They've now adjusted it more into RPK trying to control it. Surely they've got some sort of rotation plan for if he falls down. But he's been playing immense right now. That's the second 2 kills he's gotten in drop.
It's how often can he do that, though? And if he does fall, then we'll get to wait and see what's on offer. It is going to be a buy for LDLC.
Change in pace as well, going towards that A-bomb side pretty early on in the round.
Yeah. A lot of that may come down to just limited utility. They don't even have head armor on a couple of players, and Scream is going to start things strong. Lovely flashbang. Blinds up a couple and just leaving them in the corner. It will be a trade eventually, but Scream's just going aggressive. He's taking the fight to his French opponents, although I suppose both teams are French, so it doesn't matter too much. Although he's Belgium, so there you go. Devil will finish him off. Belgium out of the server.
Alright, 1v3, but the bomb is in the EnVyUs control. So only thing he can do now is save that weapon. Just probably looking for rotations coming in from B.
Yeah. Unfortunately for him, the B site is completely clear. So if he had the bomb, great. But at the same time, you're then looking at EnVy thinking they're probably not going to just dedicate everybody over if they don't have the bomb. So and their setup here is one of... They're very much aware that this is possible. 15 seconds left. He is just saving his weapon. Now, in terms of the next round, again, this is where things get a little bit more interesting because, okay, loss bonus will start to build up once again, but Devil, if the rest of his team don't force, it's going to leave him then with less money when they go into the next round. And that's always something that is quite frustrating when you're like, okay, so we don't have a 4x here, and then we don't have a 4x here either. And then if it just keeps switching, okay, now he has the same money, and eventually it's just like you could just hand EnVy a buttload of rounds just based off this sort of setup. And you can see, yeah, he does actually have the same amount of money as the rest of the team, so he must have just had a little bit extra anyway, so that's something at least. I suppose that's probably the reason he ends up saving the rifle, but again, how much can he do? Rest of the team investing very little. Maniac, he's had a few extra kills along the way, so he's going to have enough to buy himself a Deeg. XMS, in the early rounds at least, was excellent over towards this plat position, and in this sort of situation, if he takes down Devil, that should be it. Devil actually, how does he get the kill there? Completely blind. But that's a decent start.
That makes no sense. He should not be getting that kill, Tom. But he does, and that's a big opener for them. That's going to force the rotation from Envy, and we've only got Sixer now covering the A bomb site with an AWP. And as you can see, the bomb is rotating over towards A. Kind of expecting Alex to drop down soon into drop, try to make some sort of fuzz over towards the B bomb site. Sixer was instrumental the last time they did this. Will he get the opening this time?
Should be a bit easier. Only Devil leading the charge once again. He actually gets dinked up within the first few seconds, but RBK's now made his way onto the site. A lot of damage done. Twanu's going to go running in. That's risky. He actually holds the bomb, so for him to do that is madness, but he gets away with it and picks up an AWP. This is one rifle and just pistols, and it's all onto screen. 1 versus 3, and he's not going for it, and I don't blame him.
I don't understand it. He's transcended into the world of spraying, so basically killing 3 people is a lot less likely, a lot more likely, I mean. Well, he's setting up for some kind of exit kills. I mean, every single kill counts now, considering the economy.
Well, theirs is going to be boosted hugely, because this was a round where they were saving. So they've got the 2 grand that they already had, then they get the round win. So at least about the 5,000 marker for every single player, and they get 3 extra weapons, or the 1 that Devil saved and the extra 2 they've just picked up. Don't have to buy an AWP. It's a massive boost. If they get away with all these weapons, Envy are going to be hard done by. And this is the second time now that they've been caught out by pistols, and Sixer with that AWP, you have to feel like he needs to do more. If he catches the one player pushing him, that's the bomb down by the murder hole, which is just, that's one of the worst places the bomb could ever be dropped.
A great round from LDLC. I have to mention Scream's trigger finger at the very end of that round. Ended up killing a chicken. I'm not too happy about that, Tom.
Was that just a bad joke against the French?
No, he
oh, an actual chicken. Oh, okay, good.
He killed a chicken.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
An actual chicken, not just one of the LDLC players.
Oh, no.
Look at this buy, though. Scream has his rifle. Then XMS has enough. Sixer is looking like he's saving extra money for an AWP. RPK's back to his P250, which may not be too much of a problem. He actually peeks out. That's a decent trade. Tries to get the rifle, though, and Existence will take that all day. However, back to a 3v3. And actually, they've still got 2, now 3 rifles on the board. One of them without armor. However, retaking in this situation is not going to be easy. Even though Scream had the extra cash, he doesn't buy up a kit. So they don't have that sort of extra 5 seconds to play with. Nice little boost, though.
That's a good boost. The only thing they've got going for them right now is the flash on Happy.
Wow. Oh, that's lovely. Just works out. There's the spray control. Where has this come from? Scream has been practicing and just works out where his opponent is going to be after spotting him over the smoke. Drops the bomb, gives them a man advantage. It's Twanu. Again, we've mentioned the fact he's yet to really show us too much. Did well in the last round with the pistol, but it's Devil. Top of the board at the moment. Can he help his team hold on to this round? They desperately want to. It's a sketchy buy that's come in. Missed shot from Twanu once again. Already going to be giving a decent opportunity for them to take so much control back over towards this A site. CT's getting ever closer. Do have to remember they don't have a kit, so they got to move quickly, but Scream leading the charge. Twanu hits a close range shot, however, and a second as well, leaving it all onto Happy. He's managed to trade 1 back, but all Twanu has to do is just play out that clock, try and bait out his opponent into going a little bit too aggressive, but he hears the sound. Unfortunately, there's no time. Twanu will win them that round, but boy, was it close.
Yeah, started out missing quite some easy shots, to be fair, but the 2 kills he got in the end,
he makes up for it.
It's okay, you're fine.
Do you buy here if you're MB?
Yeah. I think they should, but they don't.
They disagree.
They disagree, and
I'm going to have to fight them at LAN.
And they're going to prove me right now, because they're going to lose this round.
What? LDLC are going to lose this round, or Envy are going to lose this round? Okay.
Because they didn't buy, so they're going to lose the round. Top-notch logic.
This is the reason you're paid the big bucks in analysis.
Yes.
If you don't buy, you lose. Now let's see.
Statistically,
just for just magical purposes, can somebody change that fact? Alex, obviously UK star, the best of the best, is going to start things off on 2 players that didn't have any weapons. Not to take anything away. So they're important kills. Happy still has his rifle. Going to be waiting. And they've just stacked A. It's understandable in this situation. You're going for a little bit more of a gamble, hoping that you can catch somebody out. Instead, Devil has just found all the information they need. The B site is completely clear, and well, soon Envy are just going to realize. But they did save in this situation. Happy if he could just keep the rifle, all of the utility. That's going to give them a nice little boost going into the next round. And ultimately, they are still in the lead on the CT side of this map. And at least historically, it has favored the T side. I don't think it favors it as much as it used to.
I feel like it's a 50-50 map. It always comes down to what team plays what team. Alex with a 3rd kill.
Oh.
Obviously, he's not capable of getting 4.
He's unhappy now. Everybody gets 1.
You wrecked me.
Happy's actually doing all right now, just taking a couple of guns away. And as you said, like, you don't agree with the fact they didn't buy, but this is only a safe position. Maniac peeks out, takes the head off. No rifle save, so there won't be that little bit of a bonus, but there is still going to be a buy-in. And, ooh, we getting double orbs? Sixer. He's got...
yeah, he's got enough money, yeah. So this means they want to be controlling B long the platform without doubt. I think they want to get that information early on in the round and call for the rotations.
So where is XMS going to be playing now? Oh, quick stuff from Devil, but he loses the battle once again. RPK holding down this drop spot. Happy is actually going to be the one now taking plat control, and it means that they can free up XMS a little bit more. And I think that's important because as one of those players who has been doing very well, Sixer finds the pick onto Twanu. And again, it was one of those players where I was mentioning he should be winning that orb battle versus Sixer. Maybe not in that situation. I feel like there should be more from him on the CT side, but you want him to be finding those openings. Instead, 2-man disadvantage. LDLC, how do they get back into this?
Well, good utilities went from Alex. He's getting control of drop, but will he be taken down now, or does he think RPK is holding that angle? He doesn't. And that leaves Existence and Maniac, the good old boys, over towards A-bomb site. They've given away their position, so this is going to be rough for them.
Maniac able to take one. XMS on the flank mode finishes things off, and that's actually where you notice an active change from Envy. They lose drop control, as they have done previously, but this time, RPK holds by the door, Scream holds by the door towards the A side of the map. They have the little crossfire, one of the easiest kills they've had in this game so far.
Exactly, and that way Alex will waste every single piece of utility on pretty much nothing, so that's a lot better from them, and I'm kind of happy to see they've adapted.
Happy to see it, of
Yeah,
course.
I'm very happy. I'm about to scream.
You maniac.
Tempted to go with Devil, but let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, final round of the first half. Bear in mind, this is a best of 1.
Important to get this last round. 8-7. I don't think either team would be too unhappy with that. We'll leave a lot of importance towards that pistol round. Now both teams actually have a reasonable buy. It looks like they've taken a little bit of a skimp. RPK with a FAMAS and a UMP still in play. They are challenging drop once again. Alex has been the man to do it, and RPK just runs straight in. Thank you very much. Now we're in a 5v4.
Oh, interesting position from Scream. He's moved in behind Maniac, and it's now 4 versus 4. Great play from him. And it does look like LDLC is picking up that bomb. And are they going for a split towards A? It might be. They know they can get into drop easily. But for the time being, they're holding back. It's only about 20 seconds left in this round. So they need to start moving soon. And this is a fake towards A.
They're going to go running back in towards the site. Happy's still going to be waiting with the AWP, but it's not the best position to have. He still peeks out, drops the bomb, and they really don't have time for this. They've got to go for it. Happy closes it down, and Twanu, well, just goes for an exit frag. He couldn't do anything in that situation. 9-6, fairly reasonable half, but I feel like Envy are going to be very happy with that going onto the T side.
Yeah, absolutely, and I kind of feel like the only reason they started dropping rounds is because of that slight dink in the armor they had at the start of the game. Not because the stuff that happened because of the backstab affected the score too much, but I think Envy fell a little bit off control. Like, oh shit, what's wrong with our game plan? We're letting them through. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard. Scream the sprayer is in control of the server.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody's still having a decent game at the moment. Existence, someone, I think it was you mentioned, saying that he's started fragging recently.
No, Paul said.
Paul,
And
okay.
I said, I'm happy.
You're happy. So where is Paul now?
No, he's hiding
nowhere
in
to
the
be
shadows.
seen. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. It's to be expected.
2 kills for Existence. Not going too well.
And Alex.
And then yeah, the UK Hope. I'm pretty sure also 3 of those kills, or at least, yeah, 3 of those kills came in an eco round as well. So, like, he's not exactly doing much better. So it really is one of those things going on to the CT side as well. They've had someone like Devil who's been able to open up rounds. I've actually been very impressed with Maniac as well.
Yeah.
I think the early 3 rounds that they managed to get were pretty much solely on him. Like, he was finding the only kills that they were getting. So they're doing fine. But
yeah.
that's the thing. When you're one of your more supportive players, like, that's what Maniac is in this team. If he's right at the top of the board, something's going wrong.
Or very right. No?
Yeah, I suppose they did the last time they won Cobble versus Space Soldiers. That was based off him. Hello, Scream. Back to his old ways. I don't expect him to spray with a Glock. That would be very impressive, and I think he would have bought a different gun.
Non-stop burst fire.
That would be cool.
I'm a little bit disappointed that he's not completely doing this new style.
That's going to be the new update. Just like the burst that just lets you shoot all of the bullets. Oh, God. Please don't. Valve, please.
The Glock is full auto in PlayerUnknown's,
Wow,
but yeah.
it's happened again. Except with the other team now. A split defense, and Happy doing what Happy does best. Lurking around the back, sneaking in, and that's how you get a kill on the site. Takes down Existence, just holding off the players in the door. A big round from Happy, just being sneaky all the way. Leaves it onto Maniac, got 5 players to find. It will be an absolute miracle, especially because they're all running towards him. Wonderful stuff.
That's how you do it, Alex. That's how you do it. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop the UK banter. I'm sorry, Alex. Alex is fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, there you can see it again. Just doing everything right.
Not the best start. They're actually going to go for 3 MAC-10s, which the moneymakers, but a little bit safer than the buy we saw on their CT side. 2 AKs, 1 on Scream, 1 on XMS. Again, player who's been doing very well so far. CT side are going to be forcing Twanu for obvious reasons. Second for the AWP.
I like the defensive boost setup from Envy, making sure no one is boosting drop before they're sending Happy in to clear it. And it's going to be Alex holding. He really likes that drop zone on Cobblestone.
He lives there.
He lives there, pretty much. Looking for a Dragon Lore, can't find it.
He can't quite get up. He needs to, like... He's like me, he's got little legs. He's just a little bit too short to get up there. I'm glad we removed the chairs. Nobody was able to see this, but I was literally off, like, a foot off the floor.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
I've been trying my best to lean down during this segment as well.
All right. All right.
All right, not much happening just yet. Envy is about to drop.
And it's a split towards the A site, unless they completely change their mind, which they have.
Interesting.
Making a lot of noise over towards A, so maybe trying to pull off a little bit of a fake. They've taken drop control, and the rotation is going to be coming all the way back in, but it seems like the CTs have completely guessed correctly. The push going to come in as well from Maniac on the flank, however, with these MAC-10s up close. RPK starts, but it's not going to be the second kill. Actually going to have a team kill coming in as well, so there's quite a bit of damage being done, but now Maniac's the only one left alive, and Scream is already watching his position. Actually loses the battle, so that's one of the AKs dropped already. Lots of damage being done. Happy just going to go aggressive and fall straight into the hands of Maniac, leaving it all onto XMS. Now, he's 1 shot to the face and he's out, so it's still definitely possible for Maniac. There's an AK dropped as well. Of course, doesn't have a kit, so he does have to move quickly. Needs to try and find this pick as quickly as possible. Sprays out, but doesn't quite manage to do the damage. Down to just 23 HP. It's all going to come down to the mind games. Peeking back out will be XMS, and he closes it, but damn, that was a good try from Maniac.
I was about to sing that song, Maniac, Maniac, but you kind of ruined it for me.
Well, no, because the next lyric is on the floor. He's not dancing anymore, unfortunately.
No. It's on the floor.
XMS ruining all of your dreams in terms of song lyrics.
Basically, yeah. 11-6, Envy up. And just 100% eco coming out from LDLC.
Expected in this sort of round.
Yeah.
MAC-10s are going to be even more deadly than ever. Now, you have to remember, they only had pistols. They dropped 4 players. So nowhere near as much money is going to be built up on that MV side. The problem is now they've got a 6-round buffer. Unless, of course, LDLC managed to win a round with pretty much just USPs and 1 P250, which, hey, if they do it, I'll bow down. I will bow down, but it's not going to be happening. Already a couple of kills coming in, a third for RPK, all with Mac 10 so far as well, so $600 a piece. Can they get the full shebang? Yes, they can.
Such a
RPK.
sexy weapon as well. Don't you just love the way it sounds?
Yeah, I like the sound. Originally, when they were like changing all the sounds, I was very, very angry, and now I like pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Especially the Negev.
Never like changes.
And that's a very British trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want anything changed. I'll get very unhappy, and I'll write you a letter.
You want Alex on top of the scoreboard, though?
Yeah. Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, a little bit of a fast push coming out from EnVy.
Pete already going to be doing a decent amount of damage, leading the charge for his team. He's not lurking anymore. He will be finding the first couple. Eventually, Alex gets a kill, but he needed to do that much more quickly as XMS can comfortably trade and give them a man advantage. Twanu retaking with an AWP is not going to be ideal. You have to wonder whether or not Existence is just going to be calling the save. It looks like they are going to be going for a little bit of burn damage. Toasty toes for Twanu. Oh, it just works so perfectly. But it will be 13-6 now. And that's the sort of plays that you love to see going into these like first buy rounds, where it's just like, you know, the Existence talked through, okay, we're going to set up like this, or we'll counter this, we'll have our nades ready. And Happy's gone, rush B, don't stop. And then they just straight in, kill everyone. And there's nothing you can do about it, because all of your setup, all of your ideas, everything you planned is gone. And now you're back to not having money again.
It's just a perfect power play, always to bring into the first buy round.
And after pauses. You see it a lot after pauses, where the team who didn't call the pause goes, hey, they've just been coming up with ideas. Should we just run at them?
Yeah,
like, I like that idea.
Let's wreck their strategy. All right, we got an off on Twanu, of course, saved it from the last round. 3 pistols, so not too much in it for them. Will the weapons make a big difference here from LDLC? They need to start picking up rounds.
They're doing it again.
Yeah.
This time there's not so much on the other side to really stop them. However, Devil will be able to get 1. RPK a little bit blind, but he does still finish off 3. Ending this round in its track. Twanu again. He's going to have to wave that white flag. Or at least be able to take Happy down. We're going for the wallbangs. If he gets another one, actually only 2 players left, so maybe it's possible. Yeah, he's going to take the fight. He's been given the go-ahead from Existence. Do it, my son.
Don't disappoint.
Never disappoint Existence. Unfortunately, he's going to. K6's very well placed. There was an AWP for him to save if he can get there in time. No, he can't. But it's going to be the buyback now. Last ditch effort from LDLC. 14-6. This game has swung completely out of control. Losing the pistol, losing that first buy round that you get. And it seemed so close up until this very point.
I'd like to see something a little bit crazy come out from LDLC. It does not look like they're going to do anything in particular. A little bit offensive positions over towards A. Oh, EnVy just going straight up onto the A bomb site.
Already Maniac and Existence starting off strong. Important. They do this, but once again, Happy just pushing out onto this site. Is he going to get the second? Yes, he is. He's had a phenomenal performance. The in-game leader for this team. And leaves it once again with the bomb down. This time, it's a 3 versus 3. We get to see a proper retake. It's not one man versus the world. Look at the position of Scream. Dirty, but he makes a noise. That should give away to Devil where he is. Still manages to win the duel. No flank coming in this time. Both players from the same direction, and it is Save City again for LDLC. Not been a good CT half, or well, in fact, it can't get any worse. They haven't actually won a round.
So, will we witness a great comeback? It's
no.
I really doubt it. Try to build some kind of suspense here, Tom. You're ruining the moment.
I'm good at that. And so Scream. So is Scream. It just takes down Existence. And, well, yeah, it's the jumble sale buy. It's the, okay, we've turned up. I've got a little bit of cash in my pocket. What can I get? MP9 for Devil. I don't mind that too much. And actually, they've ended up with 4 rifles, so it's not too bad at all. Decent amount of utility, a couple of kits. It's possible, but here we go again. Happy, back to basics. And it doesn't matter, because Maniac's here. He sprays down 2, looking for more, gets a 3rd. Big round from Maniac. He has been performing in this game, whether or not the rest of his team has. He gets the 4th, all onto Sixer. 1 versus 5 would be the most incredible way to end this match, probably ever. But Maniac, he's not done fighting just yet, and again, it's Cobble. We see him being right at the top of the board for his team. 4 kills in this round. He's had enough of giving everybody else the limelight, but Devil will be there to finish. 15-7. EnVy not able to close it just yet, but they still have enough cash to buy straight back in.
Yeah, so I like what EnVy did that round. Just keep on doing the power play. Just try to finish the game off right away. But this time around, Maniac with a 4 kill. I mean, the first player of EnVy needs to get out there to get that kind of site control. And this time around, Maniac just stopped him in his tracks. So great play from him. And they're going to be needing a lot more of those great plays if they want to get back into this. 8 rounds away to bring it to overtime. Will they be able to?
Push coming out. Existence in decent position, but only gets a 1-for-1 trade. XMS goes down. Scream already finds Maniac, the hero of the previous Devil. Ooh, he's a little bit sneaky. This is checked 9 times out of 10, though. 6 are very low on HP. Oh, no. Oh, actually gets away with it, though. Devil manages to take the kill. That's going to be back to a 3v3 and another from him. Leaves it down to the 2v2, but once again, they managed to rotate over towards the B side. Did Devil spot the bomb? He didn't quite go around the corner. He was so close to just stumbling upon the C4.
That's such a good feeling.
Instead, he sees 0.
Happy. Will get the backstab this time, Alex. He's in a decent position to stop him, but it doesn't look like he wants to push into connector right now. He's just holding it because the bomb is going over towards B.
Oh, not a good spray from Alex. He had the chance to drop the bomb, but both players are low. Devil, again, he's another player that has been there to mention at the moment. They're going to be going out. He knows his opponent's low. Dunks RPK and leaves it into the 1v1. Happy. He's been absolutely phenomenal so far this match. He's been entry fragging. He's been sneaky, lurking, doing what he does best. Can he now be the clutch hero? Throws the molly down, and it's just going to be a straight defuse. There's nothing that can be done. Devil, easy defusal. Happy probably sat there red-faced. And it will be 15-8. They survived for another round. Again, it's a big individual play. 2 rounds that they've won on this CT side have been 4Ks from 2 different players.
Yeah. So it's not down to the team play from LDLC.
No, definitely not.
So do they have it in them to bring out constant individual performances like that for 7 more rounds? I don't think so.
Whose turn is it to get a 4K?
I'm gonna go for Alex.
I'm gonna go with Twanu. I'm gonna go with Twanu.
That's probably safer.
Yeah. It's not an eco round, so you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Poor Alex.
Poor Alex.
Just
Rest
a little
in
bit of
peace.
banter.
Don't fight me. I'm a wimp. Twanu is actually going to be waiting in a far more aggressive angle, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to molly him straight back. Looking good on this T side, it has to be said, even though they've lost the last couple of rounds. EnVy have been very impressive, and they have just gone back to basics. It was something we mentioned on the desk, but Twanu does open things up. 3 more. No, Existence removes 1. Maybe a little bit more team play coming in. Alex will peek out and spot Scream as he tries to make his way up. They've got the bomb in that long position as well, so it's going to make things much more difficult. Happy does manage to trade it back, but eventually goes... Well, it's his teammate that goes down, but RPK has managed to get all the way out onto B. Unfortunately, again, they don't have control of this bomb. Alex will wait for rotations, and it's Happy into a 1v3 situation. It is looking like LDLC starting to drag this back. He is eventually going to find himself the kill. A little bit too close for comfort. Goes running around the corner, but it's in-game leader on in-game leader action, and Existence will take the win.
Nice little pre-fire coming from him. It did land a lot of damage, but I think he kind of missed the last step. So he ended up missing the rest of the bullets. So this is going to mean an eco for EnVy. They still got a lot of rounds to work with, so I don't think they're too nervous just yet. They need to start penetrating the defenses of LDLC.
These are the sort of rounds where you expect nothing to get done. What's the bet that EnVy now win it here? It's happened so many times where you see pistol investments and it's just something a little bit snazzy coming out. They go for something risky and it just catches off their opponents. I hope it doesn't happen, obviously for LDLC's sake and the sake of Great Britain, but definitely can happen. Twanu posted up with the AWP. You'd hope he'd win this battle. There's the AWP versus the pocket AWP. Actually going to switch up his spot and allow his teammate in the form of Existence to go a little bit more aggressive over towards the wood side of the map. Drop control has been left, but it looks like it's set up that way rather than the opponent. I like this.
Thinks he sees someone, doesn't. The bomb is heading over towards A.
Little RPK check. Nope. Goodbye. Devils are not going to miss that one. Simple kill. 35 seconds up and coming on the clock as they have now been spotted. Running and gunning. XMS is going to start things off. Alex will keep the man advantage alive. Twanu missing shots. If they get too close, it may be a problem. But nice spray from Alex. He controls onto the second. Happy can't do anything. And they haven't lost at least on a pistol round. So that's good. And they built up a little bit of extra money. They can have all the utility they want. But so can the Ts.
Yeah, and I mean, the amount of money right now doesn't really matter. I mean, the second they lose a round and lose all their weapons, they're screwed anyways. So 15 to 10, LDLC is on their way back into this. But I kind of feel like in these situations, like they'll get 13, 14, and then they'll end up cracking for sure. Been there too many times myself. Right now it's EnVy. It's got the match point, and always around match point you start dropping rounds.
Yeah, T-side very passive in this situation. Obviously, COD 1 map where finding info normally involves peeking into the crosshair of one of your opponents. Very difficult map to actually take control. Normally takes a lot of utility or an AWP. In this situation, they are so far back. Just waiting over towards this A side of the map, hoping that they can isolate Twanu, who is actually the solo A man. And this is something you see quite often with AWPs over on that A site.
I like this from EnVy. Using a lot of utility, trying to work their way slowly into the bomb site.
I think has Maniac gone all the way through plat? I think he has. And this could be a problem. He's going to get picked off from RPK. Will that actually change anything? It might drag an extra player over. In fact, the whole team is going to go barreling back towards this B side. And look how aggressive the positions are from the CT side. They're all the way looking over towards the long A spot. There's only going to be one man here. Devil has to go absolutely huge. He gets one, and that's not enough. Now Alex, UK's last hope, has to try and finish this for his team. Can't do anything. It's just trades. And the bomb, although it's close, goes down with 3 seconds to spare. Existence pushing back in again, wins the duel versus Happy. Looks for the second on XMS and brings him down to just 4 HP. Twanu trying to spam through, and actually both players now low for this EnVy side. There's a good opportunity here for LDLC. It didn't look like it would be possible, but Existence making that play into drop has done enough. However, it's going to come down to the 1v1 Sixer versus Existence. 16 HP, he's just going to be falling all the way back, and Existence has no idea where he's gone. It comes close, or closer, but it looked like EnVy had their number all the way through that T side.
Absolutely, it did, but I mean, the second you start dropping that amount of rounds as they did, you kind of start getting nervous for them, but they brought it back in, and well played.
Yeah, either way, I think we are going to be throwing off to a quick break, and we'll be bringing back Paul so that we can talk this over on the desk.